Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, beautiful light warriors, old souls, and evolving beings. Well, were you one of the 115 million plus that were mind controlled last night between 6:30 and 10:30 p.m.? Or even more who are following this story of the balloon? Need I say more? I want to talk a little bit today about how psychological associations define mind control. And while they're defining it, the systems that are set up for us to follow contribute to us willingly becoming victims of the mind control game. We literally are giving ourselves and our energy to play in the matrix because we haven't decided that we are valuable enough source beings that we can create our own life, a beautiful, non controlled, non conforming, co creative world where there actually is unity and harmony. And all of these sicknesses, illnesses, mind control, game playing, manipulations, narcissism, and the list goes on, don't need to exist. And if everyone learned to no longer listen to these groups and turned them off permanently, did not play, in a split second, the universe would literally transition us into higher stages of evolution. Now, I pulled the information from the American Psychological Association on what mind control is because, again, I do not want to fall down into the lower vibration of pointing fingers or saying, oh, you did this or you're contributing to that. I want to help share and teach how it is that we're falling into these systems with, without even realizing it. And I will say that I'm talking about mind control today because I don't know if you noticed, but if you were watching the Super Bowl last night, you will have seen Rihanna walk in her t shirt. And her t shirt, when you look down at it and read it upside down, again, spelling is the dark side's happiest way to control you. It said mind control. So, the American Psychological Association says mind control is the process by which individual or collective freedom of choice and action is compromised by agents or agencies that modify or distort perception, motivation, affect, cognition, and or behavioral outcomes. It is neither magical nor mystical, but a process that involves a set of basic social psychological principles. And it goes to break down how they do some of this. But just by going to the fact that mind control and the American Psychological Association is the one who's actually telling you this, that your collective freedoms are being compromised by agents or agencies that modify or distort perception, motivation, affect, cognition, or behavioral outcomes. Well, where do you think the biggest lies are being created? Number one, television. I joke because it's like tell, lie, LIE, vision. How many more lies can you tell me that we are going to fall into? And many people have broken it down to tell a vision, which is brilliant as well. Because if they tell you the narrative, if they tell you the story, if they tell you your vision, what have you done? You have given away your power to create your own world because you are mindlessly following what is going on. And the scariest part is this is scripted. There is not one real TV show that is called reality that is not scripted. How do I know? Because I know members through Hollywood who do scripting. If you think The Housewives is not scripted, you need to look again. What happened last night and when we watch these football games, they are scripted. They are mind control. I loved a while ago when I was watching one of the games. And yes, I do watch the games occasionally, more because I'm fascinated to see what shows and what spells they are trying to put on the people. And I could only watch a few minutes of the crazy halftime show that billions of dollars are fed into to be controlled by the dark. It's so obvious, but you have to look. Whenever there is a big concert or a big group, gladiator type group, please know they are harnessing your energy and sucking it out of you. That is what is happening on live vision. A while back, I was watching a show. I'm sorry, it was football. It was one of the games. And there was an incredible catch done. I mean, I couldn't believe it. It was literally fantastic. And whenever I see something like that, I'm like, oh, something is off. My gut tells me before I realize. And that's how I got on to realizing that football was completely staged. I've probably known now for about 10 years. And then I needed to get some confirmations on the fact that it was really scripted because even I couldn't believe it. I was like, no. People don't know ahead of time what's going on. I honestly couldn't believe it. And I can see through things. Imagine the people who are not able to have these answers or have these sources to understand what is really going on. So in this one, there was this catch. I'm not going to mention any more names. But literally, a couple days later, another one of the football players got really upset because this one player was getting all the attention for this catch. And the football player yelled. He said, I can't believe you guys are still paying attention to this one. He's a clone. He was made in a lab. Do you see what I'm saying? As I've said in other scenarios, yes, clones exist. Clones are out there. They've been made since the 1930s at least. They are being used in sports, along with all the distortions of male versus female. They are being used to get the good people, good-hearted people, especially Americans who love their football and baseball, to be mind controlled, put so much money per year into the system, which is doing one thing and one thing only. It's causing a reverse reaction so that you don't go out and create your own destiny. And so that you actually buy in your thought, your behavior, your affect, your perception is all distorted. And you may not realize it, but this has a dramatic effect on your energy and it brings you down. It demotivates you. When you begin to realize all of this is scripted, you can break free. You can turn off the mind control and stop listening to the authorities. You don't want to do what they are telling you to do. You don't want to conform. You don't want to comply. You don't want to be persuaded. You have to work through cognitive dissonance and start realizing all of this is a lie. What they are feeding you is nothing but trying to feed your energy. It's vampiric. They are literally manipulating and seizing your power, your ideas. All of these things make you unable to react and to go live your life and to create your life the way that you want to create it. Saying one more thing on the mind control. As you watch the new scenarios that come out, really look, are you being told the truth at all? Oh my. I want to share something on benevolent ETs. We need to be the disclosure now because the sources that we are looking to answer our questions, whether it's the government or NASA or all these other groups, please go back and look at my video on the moon landing in 1969 to help you understand what I'm saying. All of these sources are going to try to create this negative alien agenda to make us afraid. Why? Because, as I said in my other video on fear, FEAR, false evidence appearing real, they are going to frighten us to a state like nuclear war, like alien invasions, all of these things to continue to keep us down. But we have to rise above that because if you think logically, okay, that we are multidimensional beings in a physical body, that there are many universes beyond us, do you really think that an advanced civilization that can come and go is actually going to allow itself to be shot down? It makes no sense. Their technology is so far beyond ours. They are up in our skies, the good guys right now, watching all of this unfold, but due to free will, because we are a free will universe, they can't just pop down. Plus, we'd all shake in our boots, okay? No matter how kind and benevolent they are, most of us are not prepared to be able to stand one on one in front of their beautiful energy. And that's sad. We have to change that. We have to let others know that that information that is coming from the mainstream is not real. Yes, there have been malevolent ETs in existence through the years, no doubt. They have been controlling us, they have been controlling our people. I will not deny that. And if you listen to some government whistleblowers, you will understand they were telling you the truth of what was happening on this planet. Go do your research, start to listen with an open mind. But the fact is, right now, we are in the energy of light. If we choose to wake up, if we choose to say goodbye to the old systems. But if people want to continue to live the lies, they can, and they will happily go off to another 3D planet. But if you are not one of those, if you want to wake up to how your games are controlled, your TV shows are scripted, even the professionals who are telling you what to take and put into your body that can cause harm, and all of these other systems that stop you from co-creating your own universe and getting up into the higher frequencies and dimensions. If you want to play that game, then stay in the matrix. But if you wish to rise above and realize that all this is mass mind control, then you have to acknowledge the problem, acknowledge that you have fed the system your entire life, acknowledge that you fed the system last night, acknowledge that you fed the system when you actually were listening to the news. Realize that you feed the system when you go to these great big concerts. Realize that you are feeding the system when you allow yourself to be indoctrinated. And once you start to learn that everything is truly a setup, but that you can overcome it and rise above it, you will naturally do certain things. You will turn off the TV. You will turn off the smartphones. You will start to get outside more. You will feel the higher frequencies and energy vibrating in your body. You will start seeking individuals who can do help with new quantum healing techniques, because you will finally have agreed in your heart space, not in your mind control space, that there is way more wonderful things out there in the universe, and that you do not have to live this sick, distorted, manipulated life anymore. We all want, those who are higher vibrational, want to see people finally get what they have been feeding into for so long. Because we are creating a new earth, regardless if anyone comes along or not who is listening to this. But the fact that you're listening means you most likely know in your heart it's time to make a change. So, can you turn off that TV? Can you stop playing in the social media realm and field? Can you stop doing posts that are for your ego and not for the benefit of mankind? Can you stop getting trapped in the old systems? And when an official tells you something is the way it is, can you question it? There is no more time to keep fooling around. Decisions are being made, things are being finished, but it is up to you, each and every one of you, to drop into your heart space. Let the past go. Let the systems collapse. If we all stop playing the game, tomorrow, in a split second, the universe would change. Because we are a collective who is raising up and through. When one person learns something and raises their frequency, it affects all of us. And a lot of us have been working on this for years to help educate. I have been pitching and talking and speaking writing books since 2009. This is a long time. It is time to let go and finish. No longer pay or play in these sick, manipulated games. So, please take a look around you. Think about the things during your day that it is that you have contributed to, and little by little, start to disentangle yourself from them. Now, am I saying you can never watch football again, or you can never go to a concert? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that if you are choosing to do that, You will now do it with an energy field around yourself so strong that you will literally be taking down the sick, energetic vampires while they do their work, while you rise above. But these systems have to fall. And if you haven't realized, many of the players don't even exist any longer anyway. So it's time to really look at what is happening around you and to decide that you are so valuable. You are so loved. You are so important. See, this is the only way they could keep you down. But you're not meant to be down. You are part of Source. You are Source being. You have more capabilities in your little pinky, beautiful human, than any one of those that you are watching the story of, or you are donating money to the big players who supposedly had these medical illnesses. All of it is a created scenario. Please don't feed the beast. You are valued. You are loved. You are way stronger than all of this. I wish you the best. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share. The only way we can all move ahead as a collective is as if we wake up and we share. We are the disclosure now. No one is going to do it for us. No one is coming in to save us. We are saving ourselves. And if each one of us takes that step, even if it's something little, instead of 7 hours on the computer, 5 hours, and then down, whatever it is that you do to become cognizant of what's happening and not feed the system helps the collective. We need you. We need each and every one of you. Love you.